You will subscribe. You will like the video and turn on notifications. Hi guys, today we're going to be doing a video on top 5 super weapons from Star Wars. So, yep, let's begin. Before we do that, I just want to announce I got my merch website set up. Link in the description. You can go there, buy t-shirts, sweatshirts. There's a lot of other things you can get to support the channel. I definitely recommend checking that out. Okay, so top 5 super weapons. Number 5, Operation Cinder satellites. So we see these in Battlefront 5. It's less a single super weapon, more like an array of like satellites that when put together they work as a single super weapon. Some people might not even consider this a super weapon. I do. It can kill like a lot of people, which is the reason I consider it a super weapon. It can basically ruin a planet, even though it can't actually destroy the planet. So basically what it does is it shoots some beams into the planet's atmosphere from multiple satellites, which are powered from larger satellites. And basically what it does is it makes the planet's atmosphere inhospitable. I think it like starts fires in the planet's surface. Basically kills off a lot of people living on the planet's surface. That's the main reason, is just how many people it could. We don't actually know what kind of damage it did. Um, in Battlefront 2 Resurrection, we see they came back to a planet that had been hit by Operation Cinder satellites, and they were surviving in on the planet without any atmospheric masks or anything. But that was a while after. I think it would have killed most people on the planet. That's what I think. I don't know for sure. It started like some weird storms that really just ripped apart the planet. Um, I mean, it can do virtually zero damage against ships. I don't see how it would affect a ship at all. We see in Battlefront 2 that a single X-wing can blow it up. But then again, the same can be said for the Death Star. But that's a design flaw. This is just literally that weak. Another good thing is it can be carried. The entire array can be carried completely within Imperial Star Destroyer, which is pretty cool. The Empire could have made like thousands of these, loaded each of their Star Destroyers with one, and it could have easily suppressed a planet. Now, given I don't know how much better it would do to just have the Star Destroyer do an orbital bombardment, but yeah, Operation Cinder satellites.
Or Death Star 1. The Death Star 1 was originally designed by the Geonosians during the Clone Wars. It started construction sometime during the Clone Wars and was finished construction just before the Battle of Yavin. It's probably the most famous super weapon. See, it was in the first Star Wars movie. Basically, everyone's familiar with it. But I had a hard time at this point because from this point on, all the super weapons destroy planets. And this is kind of like they do similar things, so it's kind of be like fine details that puts one in front of another. The reason this one's at the kind of towards the bottom is because its super weapon has a 24-hour recharge rate, which isn't too good. You can only destroy one planet a day. Um, versus some of these other ones are gonna have faster recharge rates. Another big reason, it's almost bigger than the recharge rate, is its design flaw. A single proton torpedo can cause a chain reaction that'll destroy the entire um, super weapon. Given you would need the plans to even know about that, and the Rebel Alliance had that advantage. But it's fine things. I wouldn't. It's not too big of a deal, but then again, it kind of is. Yeah, as I already mentioned, it can blow up planets. Pretty cool, but other than that. It can destroy like cities by themselves by using the super weapon. It's like less. It's the only one. I think the Death Star 2 can do that as well. But other than that, I don't really think there's other ones that can just destroy a small target rather than the entire planet. Okay. Number 3, Star Killer Base. So Star Killer Base is actually a planet, and someone, probably the Empire, dug a big, basically hollowed it out, like put a super weapon in it. The First Order also put some construction in it, but I doubt they made it all by themselves. The Empire already started when the Empire fell, but it's pretty powerful. Instead of just being able to destroy one planet, it could destroy an entire planetary system, which is pretty cool. For that reason, I actually considered putting it higher on the list, but it's got its downsides too, which I think outweigh the fact that it can destroy multiple planets at once. I mean, how many planets do you want to destroy? It's something, but also just like the Death Star One, it's got a slow recharge rate. We don't actually know how long it is. It's not like compared to the Death Star One, it's not 24 hours, I don't think. So it's probably not too bad, but compared to some of the other ones, um, but we see in um, Force Awakens that it takes a while to recharge. It's got to suck in an entire star. I'd give it about no more than 5 hours, but maybe possibly less than an hour. But I think it'd be an hour or more to recharge. Which, I mean, it's better than Death Star One, but it's probably not as good as some other things. You know what? It might be longer than 5 hours. I'm gonna give it over 5 hours. So more than 5 hours, it takes a while to recharge. A big con to it, it's immobile. It's a planet. It's not gonna be able to like jump to hyperspace or move anywhere. So, like someone finds a location, they find the location. Someone finds a location, your Death Star, just move it. But they find it can't go anywhere. That's too bad. Also, it's got, you can see that thing that they blow up. Thing, I don't actually know what it's called, but that they blow up in Force Awakens. It basically triggered the release of all the star gas or whatever that was powering it at the time, and kind of imploded the whole thing. But given the starfighters alone couldn't take it out, they had to land on the ground. Han Solo and Chewie, and put some detonators in it to blow a hole in it so the starfighters could hit it. It's not as big of a design flaw as the Death Star 2, but still it allows you to blow it up pretty easily compared to, you know, um, some other ones. But, yeah, I guess the completed Death Star 2. Speaking of Death Star 2, number 2, Death Star 2. So there's not really too much wrong with it. We'll talk about that. So it's probably in between the size of Star Killer Base and Death Star 2. It's mobile, unlike Star Killer Base, so it can go wherever it wants. 30 minutes, I think, is its recharge rate. No, 3 minutes. 3 minutes is its recharge rate. Given that was on starships that it was blowing up in Episode 6, so it might have a longer recharge rate for planets, but it's still improved over the Death Star's one. It was blown up pretty easily by the Rebel Alliance. That's because it was uncompleted. If it would have been completed, there would have been no way to blow it up. Because they just flew into the uncompleted parts and got right into the reactor. But if it would have been completed, they wouldn't have been able to do that. It can target individual starships, which is something none of the other super weapons on this list can do. I think that's a pretty big plus. You can destroy starships as well, so that's a big plus. The number one may be able to do it, but we haven't seen it. But speaking of that, I can't really think of anything wrong with it. It's a good, solid super weapon. So yeah, now number one, the Zeissspring class Star Destroyer. Now, this is controversial. I couldn't really, like, Zystrin, it's either first or it's last for me, because, like, I don't know, it's smaller than all the other ones. It's an individual starship. It's easier to destroy. But I think the biggest plus to it, is the fact that you make a lot of them. So these other ones, it takes years, decades even, to make just one. But this one, it's like it's like an individual starship. So you can produce it faster, and therefore you can have more of them. So you destroy one, well, boom, here comes another one, blow up the planet. For those that don't know, Zestri class Star Destroyer, it's in Rise of Skywalker. Maybe a few spoilers will be here, so watch the movie. It's basically an Imperial 1 class Star Destroyer, but enlarged, heavier armor, and it's got like a super weapon it's got like a big cannon coming out of the bottom of it, and it can use that cannon to destroy a planet. It takes longer to destroy a planet. It's got like hover above the planet and like blast it for a while. I think how it works is it gets to the core and then implodes the core. We don't know its recharge rate. No idea. The movie does not tell us how long its recharge rate is. I just say it's very long, but I'm gonna give it to the same as the Death Star 2. It's like a starship, so it's the most mobile one. Really the reason it's number one is because it's small, cheaper to produce than the other ones, takes less to produce, so you can have a lot of them. As seen in Rise of Skywalker, there's 10,000 of them is a estimate I've heard. So in about like 10, maybe 20 or 10 years, they made 10,000 of them. So that's freaking. Oh yeah, thanks for watching. We might be doing a giveaway soon, so keep tuned for that. Vote in the comments on what your favorite Star Wars starship is. I might be doing a video on that soon, like a results video. But I need you guys to comment to make